welcome to Crumpets and Kerosene Reloaded. And this is where we talk about previous episodes. And we're going to talk about episode 6. It's a pretty long one. So let's dive right into it right now with a couple of our cast members. And who do we have here?
I'm here still.
Seth is here, sort of. I'm mostly asleep, but I'm here.
And your host and dungeon master, game master. There is a difference between both of them. We haven't been into a dungeon yet, so technically I guess I consider myself a game master at the time being. So let's talk about episode 6 and what fun activities happened during that. I know the first half was basically hanging out in a shop and dealing with Fringe Inn and all that fun stuff. And then the second half got a little wild. So where do you guys want to start?
I mean, we should start with like all the administrative stuff, I guess. I mean, that was like the main chunk of it, really.
Oh yeah, that was
like pretty much all that happens.
I was sitting there thinking, like, oh yeah, everybody's money. Let's see, and I was like, oh, no one has anything, nothing on their credit cards, and I immediately thought about, oh yeah, your linked credit cards to the video game. All right, okay, let's go through that way. And, you know, to kind of give everybody a little bit of money, since you guys haven't done too many jobs that gave you anything other than the original 500 from completing one of the previous missions.
Yeah, it was definitely very cool because, I mean, I felt like we were kind of going to be stuck in that starter zone unless we had a little bit of freedom of cash, you know?
Yeah, it's, I mean, the administrative episodes are, I don't know, like, you don't think about it, but anytime you have a game, anybody who's ever played in a D&D game knows that there are entire sessions that can be administrative BS, and it's necessary. And I think it doesn't sound super entertaining, but in terms of like real D&D, it kind of is for those of us who like actually playing games. It's kind of funny to listen to what other people have to do for administrative stuff too, you know?
Yeah, and you know, we all stayed in character and we were like in a setting. So as far as administrative episodes go, I think it went pretty smoothly because, I mean, at least we didn't like, you know, come out and be like, okay, we're leveling up to 2. What spell did you learn? And stuff like that. That, you know, I like that we did it in character and everything, and it worked out.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And I try to spice it up by kidnapping a character, and you know that's where Eli got kidnapped. And,
yeah,
and then
by friggin' clowns.
By clowns. I was like, what's the funniest thing I can have him get taken by? And everybody does trolls or gnomes or goblins or something. I was like, nope, clowns. And
from what I understand, you have a history with clowns.
Oh yeah,
I wish Brent were here right now because
what?
He explained a lot. Oh, I put clowns in a lot of games sometimes, just as like comedic interaction with everything. But that's why
that's the point of clowns, isn't it?
Yeah.
Supposed to be funny.
Absolutely terrified of them, especially on like little tricycles and stuff. So.
Like in real life? Wow.
Oh yeah, I can't handle that at all. I went to circus when I was like 7, and then I saw this like 300-pound clown just trekking down the hallway in a bike, and it's a little honking nose. I was like, ah! And at the same time, like my mother made us watch It, and that combination that combination of stuff. Oh yeah, this was like in the like 92, 91. And it was pretty horrifying. So ever since then.
Okay, cool. So new topic of discussion are childhood fears of cast members.
Oh yeah.
Jaws, like freaking terrible.
Jaws?
Yeah,
really?
I was wicked scared of Jaws. I mean, as an adult, I love that movie. I love all those movies.
Well, it's weird when you go back and watch things like that you saw as a kid and really struck you, and you go back, you're like, why was I afraid of that? Like, there's nothing. Yeah.
We also went to Universal Studios when I was a kid, and I went on the Jaws ride. I don't know if you guys has ever been on the Jaws ride.
I haven't been to Universal.
Must be nice.
I think I was like 4, maybe 5 years old, and my parents thought it was a good idea to bring me on the Jaws ride. It's a fucking terrible idea.
I love parents from the 90s. Like, whatever.
There's fire everywhere. Like on the Jaws ride, like there's an exploding shark. It fucking blows was up, and they thought that was a good
sounds
idea
awesome.
for a 4 or 5 year old.
Yeah, you do that
Yeah,
now, you go to jail.
Yeah, seriously. Well, the girl, the person who was attending the ride was a teenage girl, and I was a very small child, and I immediately had a crush on her after she murdered that shark. It was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been attracted to strong women ever since. So
He says that because
what about you?
His wife's
Childhood
background.
fears. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't.
come on, I'm bearing my
I
soul.
had like
terrified of clowns.
I guess I none of them really stuck. It was like a couple like weird moments in like movies that would stick with me. Like when I watched Jurassic Park 2 for the first time, and there's that scene with the T-Rex and it goes by the window with the little kids like in their bed and you see the T-Rex face. I was terrified of that happening to me in real life. I used to just like sit at night and like stare out my window, horrified that a T-Rex is gonna come and like smash through the window. But I'm not like afraid of dinosaurs. It was like that specific scenario. And the same thing with like the movie Volcano. Like I watched that when I was really kid, and like when I was a really little kid, and I watched, the guy is like running down the thing and he gets like his shoes start melting. Freaked me out so bad that like I was afraid to like go onto the pavement because I thought that there might be a volcano under our city that was like gonna blow up. Yeah, and so it was like all these weird little incidents, but they would be there for like a month and then I get over it. I think the only one that really stuck was arachnophobia. I don't like spiders now. I didn't care about spiders before. They didn't bother me, but then I watched Arachnophobia with that stupid puppet spider, and it scared the shit out of me, and now I'm terrified of spiders.
Oh, yeah. I don't like spiders. You've seen it, the little dustbuster thing. I don't pick up dirt with that. I pick up fucking 8-legged spiders.
We get big house spiders out here.
Yeah.
We have one
8-legged spiders as opposed to 4-legged spiders.
No. So in Germany, they have these huge house spiders, and they're massive, and they're not poisonous, but like they triple in size. Yeah, if you just let it. I had one sitting in the corner, and like 2 weeks later, it tripled in size. I was like, time to go.
Yeah, I have one downstairs in my basement. There's like a little window for like the outside.
Yeah.
And there's a spider that sits right above like our washer, and she's on the other side of the window. And I named her Jolene, and she's been there like since we moved in. Yeah.
Hey, it's
like
cold.
I respect spiders. I try really hard not to like be afraid of them, but
they kill a lot of bad stuff.
I was gonna say, like, I let her chill because she kills all the bugs that come through that window. So
I mean, there's a mosquito problem right now. God, my kids like cheeks are all like puffy, and I'm like, she's got like mosquito bites, and I'm like, this doesn't look good. So I don't want to keep a spider in her room, but I might just like keep a fan going, keep those little guys floating.
Won't be a problem.
She's got to start swallowing spiders in her sleep at some point.
Hey, in National Geographic, I read that you swallow, I think it's either 8 whole spiders in your lifetime or 8 ounces of spider.
You know what's funny about that?
8 ounces?
No. You know what's funny about that story? It was actually a story that was made up to show how quickly misinformation can be spread.
Really?
It's not a real fact, yeah.
Oh, my whole life.
I was measure that.
Yeah, for the longest time. The longest time I always I tried to keep my mouth closed and sleep on my face, especially in Texas.
Just like
no spiders. And I'd done that, but
and also no breathing.
Oh yeah.
How many children has National Geographic killed? Oh my god!
Not like face down.
I don't.
In.
I know.
Nothing can get in here.
No.
Really funny.
But
here's the other thing. How many spiders would 8 ounces of spider be? That's insane. They don't weigh anything.
Yeah, it's a shit ton.
I'd say at least like 50. At least 50 big spiders.
I started thinking, I'm like, I guess in the meat packing plants and stuff, and like when they produce like a lot of the generic foods and stuff, like bugs falling, and the FDA, the FDA allows a certain amount. I was like, maybe that's what they're talking about. But then I just keep on thinking.
The one that's like not actually true is about you eating them in your sleep. That's not true. Like a spider isn't just gonna crawl in your fucking mouth.
No,
They're not stupid.
Shit out of when I was in the
They're not.
army,
They know that's death.
when I was in the army, we had to sleep outside, and in the 101st, you didn't have any shelters, so you just put your sleeping bag out there after land nav.
You see the
And
stars.
I had to like get in all 3 sleeping bags, zip it up to have like just a little hole I can look out of. I put my earplugs in, and I wore a mask over my mouth and face, so that again that thought process of like something crawling into my mouth while I was sleeping.
Ants might do that. Ants
Yeah,
are
yeah.
stupid.
Fucking big
ticks.
bad Kelly with his gun and his fucking parachute, and
Are we gonna shoot the spider?
and you're still scared of spiders crawling your.
I had a time where, yeah, my M4 was in my sleep sack. Like in Afghanistan, I slept with like I did the same thing. My weapon was in my bag, so if I had to like hurry up and just sit up, I'd just shoot from like the inside of the bag. And roll
Inside the bag. Jesus.
Well, it gets
That's
cold.
pretty
Like
badass, actually.
out of nowhere, it'd be like 100 degrees outside, and then you wake up in like a foot of snow, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" So,
Yeah, because like that's not just desert. Like that's like high mountains.
Oh, it's
and
mountains and
crazy
stuff.
shit.
And then the camel spider, everybody talked about the camel spider. It's like, that motherfucker's big. That gets in my mouth, I'm done. But the camel spider,
Oh,
what that spider does is it bites you and it puts its toxins in you, and then it comes back a few days later after the toxins eaten away all the flesh. And so the
Oh,
toxin,
like a brown recluse.
yeah, it kills the flesh, but then the spider comes back.
That's it.
Yeah. So that was like horrifying. Every night
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah, spiders for me is also a big thing. I'd say that's number one. Clowns, I don't have to run into unless I have to. And so, they're a close like second.
you
I
can
would
make a
say, yeah.
choice.
Like spiders are the only thing that actually like freak me out on sight, and I really wish it's upsetting because it's like the only thing that I'm like spooked by, and I want to like get over it. Like, just if I could just get over spiders, I would have no fear.
During
Oh,
the
except for,
Halloween
like, death.
special,
I don't want to
Yeah,
die.
you know what you have to do now, right, Kelly?
during the Halloween special, you get every window you look through is gonna be a giant T-Rex staring in at you.
See, that doesn't
The
scare
fucking
me
spider
anymore.
No, you have to make her fight Driders.
Oh,
Just make
yeah.
her fight Driders
God.
all day long.
Striders? Which
Yeah,
ones
you
are
know,
Striders?
Driders are drow that have been
They're half
basically
spider.
transformed by a priestess of Loth.
Oh,
They're like a
okay.
half spider hybrid.
Spider.
It's
I
like
mean-
a super shameful thing because it takes their brain basically and turns them into this controlled beast. But they're half
Yeah.
spider.
It's also another
Creepy.
fear of mine is being controlled by others. Yeah. Wow, man, we really jumped out of the.
Yeah,
I
right.
was gonna say, can we get back to the episode?
Yeah,
We
you're welcome.
walked away from the episode as yeah, we'll be back. That's right. The first half of it was all administrative, and then getting into the second half where Eli got captured. That scene, I wasn't expecting you to shoot one of them. So as I was
Good
doing,
idea.
as I was doing the episode, I wasn't planning on doing voices for the kidnapping crew, but I was like, oh, that'd be really fun to add that in there. And then I forgot that there's a huge interaction where you like shot one and like all this other stuff. So I'm sitting there trying to like put together this scenario, looking at from their angle, like driving away, and like one of them just took a bullet to the head, and it's pretty dramatic.
Yeah. It's like Pulp Fiction in there.
Splat.
Yeah.
I like that that Brent got that mask though. It makes me think of like Watchmen
Yeah.
with
That's
the
what I was
with
thinking.
the button, like the smiley face button with the human bean juice on it.
That's what I was going to tell him. I was going to be like, oh yeah, that's what it is. That's but
Bean juice.
Bean juice.
he yeah. So he didn't. He has a mask, so maybe he'll wear it one of these days. And it's
Did
not
he
gonna-
use it for something? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I think he just took it, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think he just took it with him. Shitty
Huh,
DM.
Maybe we could ask around.
Yeah,
see
we'll ask him.
People
See
know,
what-
but
he might like walk around later on and, oh yeah, I got this giant mask. Like it's one of those big, and it's one of the it's what's the material? It's not foam, but it's, you know, like it's soaked in blood, like one side of it. It looks super sad.
Ugh. I think he'd wash it off. Or
Yeah.
even just shoving parts into their bags, just
Yeah,
random.
everybody's packing all this stuff, and I'm like,
Bloody gross stuff.
guys, what are you gonna do with that later? You know,
I'm glad I have prestidigitation. I'm just clean all my shit.
I thought he was just gonna put it on. I thought he was just gonna put it on Hank and just roll like that. And I was like, oh, okay, he's not gonna do that. All right, fair enough. But we'll see. How'd you guys like the music and stuff for Hank and his the party that was going on in Exodus?
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was mildly repetitive, but I mean, there's only so much you can do with, you know.
It's disco music, you know.
Yeah,
That's how
exactly.
disco music
The only
is.
thing- The only free music I can find that wasn't copyrighted or anything like that. Yeah, it's actually a lot harder than you think it is.
It kind of made me
Yeah.
think of like in what is it?
You get sued for
Parks and
honk
Rec.
scream. Yeah,
Like Parks and Rec when there's the episode where they're on like a road trip and they've got this like banjo music in the background that just keeps repeating and repeating and repeating.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have more options. I'm working on getting some stuff right now where I'll have a lot more audio and stuff like that to mess around with and ambience and noises and stuff.
I think the guys from Iron Heed, pitch. They've got they have a lot of non vocal tracks that are like 30 seconds to a minute long.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh, they
message
do?
them and talk to them
Yeah.
about using some other ones. I'm only using the stuff that they sent me because I didn't want to just jump in. But I'll start listen. I've been listening to them actually when I go and pick up my daughter. But I'll message
They have
them and
good
try to
music.
get pieces and see if we can't use it for some of the bard stuff. And hey, there might be a bard battle down the road if I can get a hold of them and have them roll up some bard characters because they do play D&D, I believe, and that'd be really cool to have an actual.
That would be
Yeah.
neat. Yeah, to have them do
like jump
do a
in.
guest appearance.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It could be a band of bad bards. We got a beat.
Or your first
Beat the bad
actual
bots.
in- yeah, your first.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I need to get a new instrument though, I think.
Yeah. Start rocking that triangle.
Well, the electric guitar is like cool and all, but like I just feel like it's not going to be very versatile, like
Yeah, I
in,
was waiting
as
for you to
as
be
much
like,
as like an acoustic instrument. So
I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I want some cowbell. Cowbell.
you just ding ding.
A new percussive instrument.
I guess prestidigitation. Ding ding ding.
Look at those spells.
The thunder
go
wave
off.
is a harder ding ding ding.
Yeah, that's all pretty cool. I like that. That's good stuff.
I don't think she has a triangle with her. That was supposed to be more of like a dry humor joke, just because she doesn't actually know how to play guitar, so or any instrument really. But she knows like a little bit, but you know, as much as anyone who owns a guitar but never took classes knows how to play a guitar.
Hey, I never took classes. I can play the guitar pretty damn good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, all right. I know like 6 chords, and I can play them in sequence. That's about it.
Hey, listen, like most songs written in America in the last 50 to
4
60
chords.
years were done with like 4 chords
Yep.
at the most.
Yeah. Well, that's why
Bob Dylan?
all the bits that I'm putting in,
Yeah,
all the bits that I'm putting in so far are just going to be like plucked so far. It's not going to be anything too complicated.
yeah. I just assumed that like each level, your skill would progressively like your spell like just like as you're growing as a musician, like your spells will get better and better. So each level, you start getting a little bit more professional
Yeah.
with your instrument, which
Sounds like you better start
Cool
practicing.
stuff. Well, I think
Level
we're probably
20,
going to
like-
use music we find online. And stuff, but-
level
And
20
I mean, if you
is-
think about it, like a lot of the spells aren't going to be like a long, like 30-second piece of music. It's just going to be like a casting sound. So, like, yeah, I was gonna say like Thunderwave is just gonna be her like slamming on a chord really loud, just like one loud flare.
Just learn how to play power chords. You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
like every like teenage garage band.
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be mostly stuff like that because like there's like very few ritualistic spells that a bard is gonna use. So
Right.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm hoping that you know, eventually you guys will cross class and other stuff. So I'll be interested to see what you guys do with that.
I'm not gonna cross class. Bard all the way. Bard forever. Bards already do everything. Why would I want to cross class?
We're just gonna get more spells, Kelly.
Oh my god.
We're just gonna have to learn more spells, DM.
I was gonna say, what would I cross class into? It like I guess like some kind
Bard
of fighter.
barbarian.
It's a barbarian.
Yeah,
actually,
barbarian.
I did play one of those for a while. She had a
I'm gonna make
shield,
a
and that
deal.
was her like. She had a shield, and like her battle cry was her spells.
Barbarian. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, she was pretty rad.
I think your boy Merle is gonna make a deal at some point. He's gonna, gonna sell his soul for some warlock spells.
Sweet.
That'd be fun.
All I want is Eldritch Blast. If I get
Just
Eldritch
gotta
Blast,
find a
it's the only
Demon
friggin'
Daddy.
thing I'm gonna use.
Demon Daddy.
Demon Daddy.
You gotta
Yeah,
find your
exactly.
demon daddy, and then get your magic.
Come on, teach me a spell. Come on, teach me. Teach you everything except for that one. And you're like, damn it. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. You know, I think you guys are actually going to leave Exodus now, and I don't think you're going to come back for a while. Or at least we hope. I wasn't expecting you guys to be in this town for as long as you have, and my God, 6 episodes, and you guys are still chilling, which is fine. That's all right.
It's the first arc. You have the Exodus arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had to learn, like, I don't know. You have to learn a lot to be able to progress, right? So,
Well, you guys
I
did.
think
You
it's-
guys,
Before we were comfortable moving on.
you guys learned. Let's see. You got this episode. You guys learned that stuff respawns. If you clear an area, it gets a little bit harder.
yeah, friggin' mortars. Come on, man.
Well, the mortars were there in the first one. I have it in my original notes for the first time you guys went there, but you never went into the tower. You would have.
Yeah, those mortars sounded an awful lot like a choo-choo train.
Yeah.
All right. Get out of here, guys. Hint.
Bye-bye. No, and then I was like, oh wait, they're gonna go back. You know, Eli was all about, or Donnie was all about, let's go and resupply. Everybody's like, let's get some stuff, and it's like, you guys don't have any money. Do you need to show back up? Okay, what do we got? You know, and we progressed.
Turn bad and start stealing.
Yeah, you guys, you know, we learned that the respawn stuff. We learned that now you have money. I was trying to think like, oh man, how can I get the money? Because doing these jobs, like they'll have to go out, and I was like, the hunting one. Oh, that sounds pretty fun. I wonder if they're gonna go hunting. Nope. So
no, lame.
Well, Eli got kidnapped, and we had more important things to do at that point.
I know. I was
Beth's on her own.
The whole time that I was the second half, the second hour, Eli gets captured, and everybody's like, let's go inside the shop and see what kind of cool stuff we can get.
It kind of progressed because I needed to get an armband so that I could save. Like that was the original thing. Like we had to go in the shop to do this because otherwise I'm gonna die, like actually die. And then we went in there, and there's a whole bunch of cool stuff, and there's black market stuff, and you know maybe that will help us find Eli. Is the excuse.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I was just saying, like we did kind of get distracted, but like it's you know, we were just like really badly equipped at this point, and we just need anything we can. If we're gonna be leaving like the starter zone, we don't have any armor. We have like 2 weapons between the 3 of us. Like we have a shotgun. We have several shotguns, but they're all just shotguns.
Yeah.
And like a sniper rifle and some pistols.
I mean, the sniper rifle is like that special weapon you find like at the beginning zone or beginning area. Like shotguns and pistols is only in this area, and then you know a rifle came out of nowhere, and so that's what really brought it to next level. But I mean, I wasn't expecting Brent to steal a really nice shotgun from Hank.
Yeah, that was great.
Pretty sad about that. And and that fucking spell identify.
It's a great
With
spell.
God, it's a normal spell.
Which I don't.
Well, there's
there's
just-
different versions.
there's ways to block it if you don't want it. If you don't want us to know everything about thing, you just put a blocker on it. There's what is it called? Non-detection. You can put seals of non-detection on there.
I mean, I'm used.
There you could have to dispel magic to get it off, or whatever.
I'm used to
it
like
becomes more of a puzzle.
Old spells that are like the old identify didn't do anything. It was just like, oh, this is what it looks like. You had to use the weapon, and so I've always been used to like people just using it to learn its abilities. And so here comes 5th edition to like kind of make everything just a little bit easier for everybody. And then
I'm pretty sure Identify has been around for quite some time.
No, it's been around.
It did some great things.
It's been around since 2nd edition. I mean, and I don't have the book in front of me, but I have my 2nd edition book, and I was looking at the Identify spell in 3rd, and pretty much all the D&D ones. Just kind of see the changes in 5th edition. It basically changed the entire premise of like how it works, and I was like, lesson learned. But I'm like, that's like a shit. So but we worked out something. I think instead of just telling the whole group what it is, I'll just send each person an individual like listing of what it is and does and all that stuff. And then giving you the opportunity to tell people what it is or how it works.
Oh, there's a cat.
There's a cat.
It's a big cat.
I know. God, what do you
This is Truman. Truman is a killer.
I don't want to see Truman's butt.
Well, don't
all cats are killers.
I'm sorry. You're slowly bringing the butt towards the camera. What's happening?
Truman likes to kill mice in the middle of the night and then bring them to us as if we wanted a gift while we were sleeping.
Oh, trophies. Yeah, I know. I like that.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Cats are little homicidal maniacs. I love them. They're great.
Yeah, nothing wrong with trophies. I mean, they're everywhere.
He is wicked heavy. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, God, he's huge.
He's 14 pounds.
Jesus.
14
It's a
pounds
big
of
cat.
murder.
It's like my body. Oh my God. Where's my skateboard, guys? I need something to like push around on.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up episode 6. If you have any further questions, go ahead and email us or contact us on social media, and we'll answer any other questions you might have about that episode or previous episodes.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I want more followers.
You please follow me. Everybody follow me. I need thousands. I need
Well,
the,
I want
if they
just
could
one.
follow our first Twitter, like just the Crumpets and Kerosene Twitter, that would be great. I think we have like 7 people.
Hell
We
yeah.
have like 100 on Facebook, and there's like 7 people on Twitter.
That's basically the whole cast plus my wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
I think that's all it
Jackie
is.
follows
And
us
then
too,
my
yeah.
friend Philip, my friend Philip follows us, but that's
Yeah, yeah.
about it.
Spouses and cast. Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, oh man, if we get what's it? I think it's 1,000 or 5,000. You get it that many followers, you get the little blue dot. I don't know what that represents on all the social medias, but
Verified. I don't know
Okay.
what it means.
yeah,
It means you're verified.
yeah, like people know you, I guess. I don't know, but again, we will answer emails and questions and all kinds of stuff if you want to ask them, or listen, download, and subscribe. Maybe write a thingy. Yeah. So is anything else from you guys that you wanted to know about episode 6? Some DM back notes or anything like that? Or anything you didn't like?
No, I mean, I feel like this episode is pretty simple, and like we said, it was just figuring everything out, and we figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, like, where did Donnie go? But like, I mean, Eli. Where did Eli go? But like, we'll figure that out in the next episode, I believe.
You'll figure that out in the next few episodes.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
next
want
episode.
spoilers for my own game.
Yeah, well, and obviously, if you've not noticed that there was an intro for episode 6, I accidentally loaded the wrong file, and today, being 3 days. 2 days after the fact, I refixed it, and I don't know if it's actually resent back out. So if you downloaded the original, there's no intro, and if you can download it now and it has an intro, then you got it. Good for you.
Yeah, the old one's a
It's the
collector's
correct one.
edition now.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on to that recording; it'll be worth money someday.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, you're right. Hell, I think the first 10 people we get emails from could probably be guests on our show and all the talk abouts.
Oh, don't say shit like
you.
that. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, man.
Is it? It's a lot of work for me. I gotta sit there.
Keep going, clown. Haven't you screwed up enough today?
Yeah, you're right. Oh, dude, so much. Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks for listening to Crumpets and Kerosene Reloaded, and we'll see you next week for episode 7. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on Crumpets and Kerosene Reloaded. Keep on listening to find out what happens to our gamers in the next episode of Crumpets and Kerosene. Also, don't forget to subscribe, download, and write us a review. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher, Deezer, CastBox, Chrome Mobile, and Pocket Cast. Follow us on our social medias. For Twitter, we have @Crumpet_time. Instagram is @CrumpetsandKerosene. Facebook is just Crumpets and Kerosene. And our YouTube, Crumpets and Kerosene. Email us at crumpetsandkerosene@gmail.com. For our cast, you can find our DM, Kelly Williams, on his Twitter at KW_Steel_Rain, or on his Instagram at Infantry_Kitchen, or on Facebook at Williams Kelly. Jason is played by Brent Marquis and is on Twitter at Brent Lee Marquis. Merle is played by Seth Nason and is on Twitter at Nason_the. Eli is played by Donnie Juronic and is on Twitter at The Raven Roped. Amanda Lee Baldwin is on Twitter at Lemonseed05.
Hey, thanks, Lee. If anybody else out there is interested in jumping on to a talk about for one of our episodes, go ahead and message us on any of our social medias, and we will get back to you and possibly set you up to join us on one of our Reloaded episodes. We'd also like to give a special thanks to the intro and outro music from Iron Heed, Enter the Dungeon, the song Heroes. Thanks, guys.